Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome to Let's Play Splatoon for the Nintendo Wii U. Splatoon, coming out in 2015, has become one of my favorite games on the Wii U. It was a really solid release that year. This is such a fun game, and throughout this playthrough, I'm going to be showing you why I like this game so much. It is such a good game on the Wii U. But when you first boot up the game, you have a choice to choose either a boy or a girl character to play as. Now luckily this choice doesn't matter as much in the long scheme of things because you can actually change if you're going to be a boy or a girl later on in the game's option menu. But for now, we're going to go ahead and begin the game as a girl. We'll be showing off the boy as well in this playthrough, but for now, we'll go ahead and play as the girl. And we'll choose a default skin tone, choose blue eyes because I like those blue eyes, and we'll go ahead and jump onto the game here. Once you select your character to play as, we'll immediately begin the game by starting off with a tutorial. Hey you, yeah you, want to be the freshest squid on the block? We'll teach you some funky fresh moves on the way to Inkopolis. So starting off, by default you'll be using motion control with this game. So with the Wii U gamepad's gyroscope, you'll be moving the gamepad in many different directions in order to aim your gun. You'll be moving forward with the left stick and moving your camera with the right stick. And if you feel like things are getting a little off-centered, you can go ahead and press the Y button to reset your camera back to its default location, which is really helpful for the gyroscope control, as it's very easy for the gyroscope to become pretty inaccurate over time. But you can also go ahead and press the ZL button to turn into a squid, which is useful for many different things. For starters, the squid moves way faster than just running normally as an inkling, so you'll be seeing me use the squid form quite a lot just to move a lot faster. And not just that, but when you're in squid form, you'll be refilling your ink, so you'll be wanting to turn to your squid form a lot of different times in the game just to get your ink back too, so keep that in mind. You can go ahead and throw ink bombs with the right button on the controller, and you can go ahead and climb up walls as well in your squid form, so that's another use of the squid. And once you're doing this, you will also be refilling your ink, so 2 birds, 1 stone right there. The squid form will be the form you'll be seeing me in at least half the time in this playthrough. It's that useful. But once you make it to the end of the tutorial area, now we're introduced to Splatoon proper. Getting to see the Nintendo logo and everything, we'll be just doing a pan shot down into our main hub world of Splatoon. Welcome to Inkopolis. As you can see, it's pretty big. There's a good amount of stuff you can do here, and we'll be exploring it all in due time. But for now, we'll just go ahead and flash up the title card. Hey, it's Splatoon! Neat. Let's go ahead and press the ZL and ZR buttons to get this game started for real this time. Hold on to your tentacles. It's Inkopolis news time. Newsflash! Newsflash! What is it? What is it? Inkopolis Great Zapfish has vanished. Wait, seriously? If it doesn't recover soon, are we gonna lose power? Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. Probably. I wonder if it has anything to do with that UFO crash. Sounds likely to me. Well, that's all for now. Until next time. So welcome to Inkopolis. This is the plaza where all the freshest folk come to chill like krill. And before we go on, I want to go ahead and mention, since this game was released in 2015, we're using a lot of lingo in this game that's more for the younger generation, so this could be easily dated in the future, but there's why. Most Inklings here are obsessed with the hottest sport in Inkopolis, ink battles. The crazy tall building in front of you is Inkopolis Tower. It's the city's most famous landmark. There's a lobby on the first floor of Inkopolis Tower for online battles. This is the Booyah Base, a shopping mall for all your Inkling needs. You can buy all kinds of fresh gear and weapons to use in battle. But check it, the staff in the shops can be a snobby bunch. They won't serve you if they don't think you're fresh enough, which basically translates to you have to be a certain level to buy certain things of equipment. We'll be going over that once again in due time. The battle dojo is on the second floor of that building over there. Check it out if you want to battle your friends on a one-on-one and sharpen your skills. You might want to steer clear of that back alley. Smells a little fishy. And next we have... Huh? Who's that creepy old dude? He seems like the type who would get you mixed up in something dangerous. Whatever, why don't you just head to the lobby in Inkopolis Tower? That's where you can get your splat on. Yeah, but before we do that, we're just gonna look straight down and turn off motion controls. Much better. Now the thing is with the motion control in Splatoon is I do like them, but for me over time they become pretty inaccurate, so I just prefer to play with the normal control scheme of using the right stick to aim and to move your camera. It just makes things way easier for me. But yeah, this is the Inkopolis Plaza here, and as you can see, there's a lot of stuff we can go ahead and do. If you're connecting to Miiverse, you can actually talk to the different people here in the plaza, and you'll see their posts from Miiverse. So there's a lot of different things we can explore here, but I'm not going to be doing that for now because a lot of this relates to the multiplayer, and what I want to do is jump right on into that single player. So we'll head over to this grate the creepy old dude's poking his head out of, and just jump right on into things. The Octarians are coming! No! Oh, hi. Guess I lost my cool for a minute there. I'm Captain Cuttlefish, leader of the legendary Squidbeak Splatoon. That look in your eye is the look I've been looking for. The great zapfish that powers Inkopolis has been squidnapped. Nobody believes me, but it's the work of the Octarians. I just know it. They want revenge for the great turf war of 100 years ago. I've been keeping an eye on them this whole time, of course. But they stole the great zapfish right under my nose. Please, you gotta help me rescue the great zapfish. So... I'm gonna take your silence as a yes. Starting today, you're Agent 3 of the new Squidbeak Splatoon. This is your brand new hero suit to help you fight the Octarians. What a great fit for hand-me-down from Agents 1 and 2. Now let's get those auto jerks. I'm counting on you, bucko. Will do. Thanks, Cuttlefish. So first off, we need to go ahead and reveal each level. They're hidden, and the only way to reveal them is to shoot them with our ink. In our first level here, the Auto Trooper Hideout. This is our first location. You want to go ahead and hold down the ZR button and jump right in. That's how we'll be entering all our levels, via the squid form. Which is one useful thing to note. The squid form has another really good use. Every time I turn around, I feel like I'm going to be talking about the uses of the squid form. But the squid form allows you to go through grates, which will make things really, really convenient for you if you just want to drop down to a different floor. And that's how we're able to get into all these locations here. You can go ahead and use those grates just to sink on in and enter into a new area like this. But now in the single player mode, as you can see, what we need to do a lot of the time is to beat these creatures, which are called Octarians. And in order to do so, we need to get up close and personal and just shoot them. That's pretty much what you're doing this entire game. You're going around covering ink to move around, but you need to go ahead and just take out these Octarians if you want to go ahead and move forward. So you want to be using all your different moves here that you've been learning, both in the tutorial and what Cuttlefish is teaching you now. So you want to go ahead and use your bombs to distract the Octarians or to kill them, depending on how you're going about things. And use your ink trail to hide from the Octarians, because they can't see you while in the ink. And if they get caught in your ink, then they'll have a much harder time moving. So you also want to keep that in mind as well. But coming up these towers, as you can see, we got this little item here, which you want to go ahead and grab. This is a secret scroll in the level, and you want to collect these scrolls if you want some extra goodies and story in the single player here. So I'm going to be going and collecting every single scroll in all of these levels here in single player. I should also mention that these things we're picking up here, these little orbs, these are eggs, and we want to go ahead and collect as many of these things as we can, as that's how we'll be upgrading our character here in the single player. So every time you see one of these eggs, you want to go ahead and collect it, because that will really help you out in the long run. You can find eggs in the Octarians, you can find it laying around in the levels, and also in certain boxes, you'll be getting some eggs as well. Look out for the boxes that are orange with these funky patterns on them. Those usually have something in it, whether it be an item, or eggs, or something even to progress the story, we want to go ahead and destroy these in order to find some new goodies. So do keep that in mind. And whenever you see these enemies with the shields, you want to make sure you throw your bombs either at them or away from them. That's the only way you're going to be distracting them. And right here, we got our Zapfish. And as you can see, it's kind of blocked by electric barrier. So you want to go ahead and shoot it. It'll break the barrier open. And with that, we can go ahead and collect our Zapfish. Now, because I found myself some armor in one of those boxes and I didn't lose it throughout the rest of the level, I get a bonus of 10 eggs at the end. So you want to make sure you keep your armor as well if you want more eggs, which is a really useful tip to know of. But now that we collected that scroll, we get some more backstory here in the single player. Since time immemorial, a rare type of electric catfish known as the Zapfish has been prized by Inkling society as a source of energy. In fact, the entire city of Inkopolis is powered by a single 100-year-old great Zapfish. That's an old Zapfish to be powering an entire city. That is insane to think about. But for now, let's go ahead and move on to level 2. And let's not think about how old this one Zapfish is for powering an entire city. So starting off level 2 here, we see a new enemy. This walking enemy here is kind of a dangerous one in the beginning because the closer it gets to you, the faster it moves and it wants to explode by the time it gets to you. So you gotta be very, very careful about these guys. And try to stay away from them as much as you can. They do have a timer on them though, so you can't just stay back and hope that they'll just not detonate. So you have to be very careful. Also, whenever you see these balloons, whether it be on the walls or on the floor, whatever, you want to go ahead and shoot them because they will burst with your ink and they will let you scale the walls or floor or whatever, or even kill any other enemies around with ease. So whenever you see those, you want to go ahead and destroy them. But we have a unique type of enemy here. These are octoballs. An octoball can't really be destroyed on their own. They need to be stuck in your ink before they expose themselves to be destroyed. So you do have to keep that in mind, and it's a really cool idea for an enemy because it's not as simple as just shooting them and then they're dead. It's a unique type of shield that you have to think about in order to properly kill them, which is a pretty cool thing to me, if I can get my words straight. Climb the wall, please, thank you. Sometimes I notice that too in this game. It's kind of easy to get yourself stuck on something because of how you shoot your ink. It's a little annoying, to be honest, but there's not really that much you can do about it. It's just kind of the mechanic of the game, just sometimes not working as it should. Also, I want that armor. There we go. Makes my life a little bit easier to have this. A nice fail-safe in case something happens. There. We burst those bubbles, so now we can go ahead and climb this wall. As Cuttlefish is saying, if you just press the X button, you'll be jumping in squid form. And if you do that up a wall, you can go ahead and scale the wall a lot faster if you just jump while scaling it than if you just climbed it normally. There's some cases you might not want to do that, like this small one. What's the point in jumping up? You're really not climbing that much to begin with, so that's okay just to go normally, but these longer walls, like the one we have coming up here at the end, if you just spam that X button, just keep on jumping, oh man, you move so much faster. It's ridiculous. Alright, let's see. Can we get these Octarians? Oh, we got one. Oh, we got another. And we blew up the Zapfish's shield with our little missiles here, but you'll be noticing, though, as we scale up, that shield's going to regenerate. Because those shields, they only stay broken for a short amount of time. Which, to be honest, is a little annoying when you have something as powerful as one of those missile launchers they use against it. But, to be honest, it's not that big of a deal. Because if you throw a bomb at this thing, it'll blow up immediately. Keep that in mind if you're running through these levels really fast. It's a little bit of a time saver, but it makes your life so much easier if you just chuck a bomb at the thing. There we go. Level 2 has been beaten, and we got the scroll here, which means we get some more backstory to the game. We Octarians dwell in a world deep underground. The individual caves in which we live are connected by a network of transport devices known as kettles. Wow, you learn something new every day. Indeed, you do learn something new every day. It's pretty interesting. But now with Cuttlefish telling us about some dash abilities and such, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here because with 2 levels in, we're just about done with the first area here in a single player Splatoon. So with that said, next time on Let's Play Splatoon, we'll finish up the first area here and take on the first boss of the game. I'll see you guys next time.